picture the scene, right? Pastor Cody coming out in the big outfit with the winged eagle and, shaking babies and kissing hands and all the fun, presidential stuff he does. And he's got this big moment, celebrating himself and the history of WWE and Dusty Rhodes and all these different things. And Kevin Owens beats the crap out of him and just dominates him and just destroys him and leaves with the belt that he wanted to walk through. And
Clubber Lang his ass.
Clubber Lang his ass. We're talking Rocky 3.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome into the Takedown on SI YouTube channel. It is Rick Ucchino, Adam Barnard, and Zack Heydorn with you, which means it is prediction time, baby. We got Saturday night's main event live from NBC, from Long Island. I can talk. We got 5 big matchups that we got to discuss here today, but honestly, we don't even know what one of them is. So actually, we have like 2 minor matches we got to pick for SmackDown, so we could be completely wrong about what one of these matches is by the time you're watching it. That puts us in a tough spot, Adam. It really, really does.
Listen, man, we've been wrong before. I know I have been very wrong on these before.
I'm wrong a lot. Time.
I did. And
Zach was the, the
listen,
mule.
To be clear, I was the only one that said that Solo Sikoa was going to pin Roman Reigns, and y'all laughed at me about that. So I'm happy.
Well, I can't believe we're still on that. We're still talking about that.
Well, the only other thing he has to hang his hat on is Shinsuke Nakamura winning the United States title, which I also called. So he has to go back months to the only thing that he was the only one to stand on a ledge and say was going to happen.
Listen, you got to give me something. You got to give me something, man.
All right.
All right, Zach, you had some bold predictions last time. Are you going to play it safe this time around?
I'm going real safe. I figured all the way.
All right. Well, I don't know how safe or bold I'm going to be because I feel like my heart is going to make some decisions for me here on this show today with a couple of these matches. But I digress. Let's start with one that I think we are all going to be in agreement on. Drew McIntyre is back. He is going to be taking on Sami Zayn at Saturday night's main event. Drew, this is his first matchup back since that spectacular Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood. He is ready to just take out all the hypocrites on Monday Night Raw. It started with Jey Uso backstage. It then carried over to Sami Zayn in the ring, and now Sami Zayn is going to get murdered in front of a live audience. I'm taking Drew McIntyre all the way. I love Sami, but there's no way they are bringing Drew back right now in this spot and having him lose again. Adam, he needs a win. He needs a win badly. He's going to get it over Sami Zayn.
I 100% agree with you. There's no, again, as I always say, there's no world in which I believe that Sami Zayn wins this match. What I love so much about the Drew McIntyre story is not that it's so not just that it's so integrated with CM Punk and the Seth Rollins story, but also that it plays such a part in the Bloodline story, which includes Sami Zayn. And I think, again, this is going to be Drew's revenge tour. This is going to be the start of that. And I think Sami Zayn's going to get his ass handed to him. That's where I'm at on that.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a borderline squash match, Zach.
I agree.
I'm with you guys. I wish I could add more, in terms of like deep analysis on this, but
that's okay. We're trying not to go a half hour today.
This is
20 minutes, bro. 20 minutes. Yeah.
This is a straight up win for Drew. And I think it needs to be clean. I think it needs to be definitive. I mean, he just came back and he's a valuable piece of the puzzle, like especially with the transfer portal open and, who knows where he ends up, but like, they're going to count on him to be a big time player. And you just don't have him lose a match like this so soon to coming back. So I'm expecting a good match from these two, but Drew all the way.
Yeah. I think the last time that I felt like Sami really didn't have a chance of winning a match was when he faced Gunther for the Intercontinental title, and then he won the damn thing. So they could surprise us. I don't think this is the match. If we're going to get a surprise, I don't think this is the match that we're going to get it. We got to pick a couple on this one here, guys. We will crown the first ever Women's United States champion Saturday night. The semifinals are happening Friday night on SmackDown. It is Bayley versus Chelsea Green. It is Tiffany Stratton versus Mi Chin. So we need to pick a winner and who the inaugural champion is going to beat. So what is your final matchup there, Adam?
Oof. You know, as much as I would like to see Chelsea Green win this title, I think Bayley's going to move into, and I think again, like we've spoken about this together too. I think she's going to be a strong number 2, my dog, for that title, but she ain't going to be number 1. I think it's going to be Bayley in that match. It's coin toss for me between Tiffany Stratton and Michin. I think it will probably be Michin to go over in that other match, and I think your finals are going to be Michin and Bayley, and I think Bayley's going to win. You know, Rick, to your fantastic article you put together when they announced it for the U.S. title.
Don't steal my talking points.
Hey, listen, man. listen. I'm just saying, you man. How about instead of saying that, instead of reiterating what you said, you made a lot of great points, and I'm looking forward to you reiterating them here on this show.
Yeah,
but I agree with everything. I agree with everything you had to say about Bayley. And I think that's why
I'll go ahead and reiterate it right now, because this is really all I have to say about this is the fact that I go back to, now granted, this is not a world championship, but I go back to what Triple H said at the WrestleMania press conference this year after Drew McIntyre cashed in and then Damian Priest Drew McIntyre beat Seth Rollins and then Damian Priest cashed in. He gave Seth Rollins his flowers, and he talked about, look, when you want to establish a new title, what do? You give it to Seth Rollins and you let him go to work, right? You give it to somebody who is established, main event, caliber guy, over with the audience. For all of those reasons, I look at this field and I go, all right, I wrote before the bracket even came out, because of that, Bayley would be an excellent first champion. And even if I'm not that confident in it, I got to stick with my shot. And I got to say that, yes, Bayley is going to win this because I called it freaking weeks ago, like I said, before the bracket even came out. So for those reasonings, believing I know Triple H the way that I know him, not personally, but how he books things, how he thinks, I'm sticking to my guns. I think Bayley is going to beat Tiffany. I think that is the matchup that makes the most sense, the most intrigue. They are lining up the stars for this match, and that is not a knock on Michin, but you guys heard Tiffany just in her hometown not that long ago. I believe when she beat Naomi actually to move on. I had Naomi and Bayley from the outside, but I think Tiffany is going to be the one that goes. I like Bayley to go over, but I would not be surprised to see Tiffany win this, but I'm sticking to my guns. Zach, what's your final?
I'm going with Bayley too. I'm going with Bayley here to win, and I do think she's going to beat Tiffany Stratton. And I like the bold Michin pick, but I think Tiffany is a major part of Paul Levesque's booking plans and like the future of the women's division in WWE. Even like in just a few months, I think she's going to have like some major things on the horizon, and so I just don't think you job her out to Michin in this spot. Like, I think this is a place where you can get a really good match out of her, but she moves on. She takes on Bayley, high profile, Saturday night's main event. They can have a good match, but then the title's on Bayley, and she has been a first for lots of different things in WWE, involved in the first Royal Rumble, first women's tag team champion. Like, it makes sense to go with her on this. And I think she can hold it for a little while. And then, you can put her around the waist of a heel or something to that end. But she's a good first champion for this title. And I think she wins it here.
Yeah. So the other thing for all the Chelsea Green people out there, I do believe Chelsea Green will win this title one day. And two, I do think that there are some good plans in place for her ahead of WrestleMania season, and she has earned it. And I think she would make a great first United States champion. I just don't know if her particular character is what you want to do to establish a title, if that makes any kind of sense whatsoever.
100%. 100%.
The other thing is, in a wild card, or the wild card in this scenario is somebody who's not even involved in this tournament right now, and it's Jade Cargill and her injury. Because if she has to be out for a while and they have to drop the tag team titles off of her and Bianca, Chelsea and Piper are my team to take those tag team titles, which means she's going to be elsewhere. I'm looking in my crystal ball and I'm going, okay, so we got Layla and Michelle McCool talking about a Lay Cool reunion and coming back at some point down the line. Come on, how do you not do, and the fact that they want to work with Chelsea and Piper, how do you not have that be your tag team title program at WrestleMania coming up if you have the opportunity to bring them back, if you can bring them back and have them come in for an extended run a la Trish Stratus next year? That's not last year, but that's not a report. That's just me using my crystal ball going, I could see that happening if Jade is going to be out for an extended period of time. The Women's World Championship is on the line. It is Liv Morgan defending against Io Sky. Io's been white hot. She has been white hot, and I want her to win this. I don't think she's going to. I don't think Liv is dropping the title anytime soon. I don't even think she's dropping it back to Rhea, to be completely honest with you. I think the person who is ultimately going to take that title off of Liv Morgan is somebody who's not currently in the company. Whether it's that person or whether it's another multi-time women's champion who had knee surgery last year, somebody else is on the horizon. I feel like Liv Morgan is going to be done with the Judgment Day stuff. Well, she's in the Judgment Day. You know what I mean? Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, she's going to be done with those by January 6th. I think the Rhea Liv match happens there. Maybe the Royal Rumble is the latest. I can't see this continuing much beyond that, and I think somebody else is going to come in and challenge Liv. I don't think they're taking the title off of Liv Morgan, though, Adam. It's at least not right here. It's hard, though.
Yeah, and I agree with you too as far as Io is concerned. Like I was at SummerSlam in 2023 when she cashed in and took the title for the first time, and excuse me, it was unbelievable. Like the pop she got was incredible. It was an extraordinary moment to be there to witness. And I think Io is definitely a solid challenger for that title. I just think Liv is a little bit more over right now. And I think that they do, to your point, I think they have different plans for her going forward. I do hope that they blow off the Rhea and Liv stuff soon. I mean, I feel like it's starting to maybe like get to a point where it's like, okay, well, how much more of this can we actually
they can't
through, right? You can't. I'm thinking like to your point, I think they probably get through to Netflix at the latest. And then I think that's when somebody else comes in. Now, if the rumors are true and we're hearing about a Queen's entrance, then it's definitely possible. I would be more inclined to believe that Charlotte Flair is going to be the one to take it off of Liv than I am Becky. But I think that's just an establishment, right? Same thing as what we talked about with a lot of these new titles, right? But overall, no, I don't think Liv drops here. I think she retains, but I think it's going to be a hell of a match.
I think it's going to be a really good match too. And I'm with you guys. Like, I think Liv, no matter what she does, no matter who she works next, she needs to have the title for what's next. And that means she can't lose it here to Io Sky. And Io is hot. She is on a nice little run here. But, Liv Morgan has big matches coming up with, Rhea Ripley. To me, I will go on a limb, and I think she will drop the title to Rhea. It just seems like that's a definitive kind of it's like Austin not beating The Rock. It's like, no, you have to go that way. Like, you got to finish that off and have Rhea get her title back. That's me. But no matter what it is, whether it's Rhea beating her or Charlotte beating her or Becky beating her, she got to have the title coming out of this show and coming out of this match. And so I think she wins. But I think this is like a sneaky. I'm interested to see how Liv Morgan does here because she's had like the recent title defenses have been against Rhea. And so she's had that deep storyline there, Dom and Rhea, like you've had all that to play off of. And obviously she'll have Dom here too, but the dynamic's a little bit different. Like she has to have like more of a straight up match here as champion. And so I'm interested to see like how she'll perform without like the crutch of that storyline behind it.
Yeah. I really would like to see WWE, the producers of this match get a little bit creative because as far as both Liv and Nia's title defenses recently, it's been very paint by numbers. It's been outside interference by Tiffany. Here's a cash in tease and Nia takes advantage and she wins. Same thing with Liv. It's either, there's chaos around with people running in and out. Dom comes in and provides a distraction or gives her the a weapon or something like that. It's always some kind of outside interference that leads to a distraction that allows Liv to retain. I would like to see them. If Liv's going to cheat, find a different way to cheat. Like just get creative and don't do the same thing you've been doing literally since she won the title. From hell, that's how she won the title in the first damn place was Dom getting involved. And then that's how she retained it was Dom slamming the cage door on Becky's face. And that was before they were even together. So they've been doing the same thing predating their relationship. So I'd like to see them get a little bit creative in this finish. Regardless, Liv Morgan's walking out with the World Heavyweight Championship.
I have a question for you before we move on.
Yeah.
Because you talked about it, because we talked about it here.
Yes.
Do you think Tiffany Stratton's going to cash in on Liv Morgan or Io Sky if Io Sky retains? Do you think, or wins rather? Do you think she's going to cash in here?
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't think so either.
I got Tiffany cashing in at the Royal Rumble.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's a much better move. But
this is an article. This is an article, by the way, that I wrote for SI, looking in my predicting what the match card would be for the Royal Rumble. I have Nia defending the Women's Championship against Bianca Belair, and that's where I have Tiffany cashing in, which could set up Bianca and Tiffany at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that still could happen.
Yeah. So, just a thought.
Just an idea. I like it. I like it.
The World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Triple threat action here. Gunther defending against both Damian Priest and Finn Balor. If there's anything that Triple H loves, gentlemen, it is a lengthy-ass Gunther title reign. That man wins a belt, and he holds it guaranteed a year. Guaranteed a year. He's only had it for a few months. He won the belt at SummerSlam. It would be incredibly, incredibly shocking for Gunther to drop this title. Now, that's what my brain is telling me. My heart is telling me belt Finn Balor and belt that man now. There have been some reports, rumblings that he is in line for a renewed singles push, which is something that really hasn't happened with him on the main roster in, I don't know, pick a decade. I genuinely don't know. I know that I spoke to Kevin Owens for SI earlier this week. Kevin Owens said, my drought be damned. All right. You look at Finn Balor. This is a man who legitimately got shafted more than anybody. I'm paraphrasing. Those weren't his exact words, but he won the Universal Championship, tore his labrum, has barely had a world title match since then. That was 2016. So he's had some opportunities, never logistically or legitimately, I should say, was a threat to win the belt. Damn, hell, I was there in Columbus where he was they broke the rope on him when he was wrestling Roman Reigns. That was like the closest I thought he ever got to winning it, because when the demons started rising up, I'm like, holy, they're actually going to do this.
It's going to happen. They're going to pull it. They're going to pull it. Yeah.
Bastards. I wouldn't be mad if Damian won either. I think they're in a no-lose situation with either of these three guys. You could talk me into any of them being the case. I want Finn to win. I would be more than happy if Damian won. I'd be perfectly fine if Gunther hung on to it. So my heart can't make the decision here. I'm going to go with my head. And once again, I'm going to go with how much I know Triple H. Gunther's retaining. It's Gunther's retaining. I can't see them taking the title off of him ahead of WrestleMania season, ahead of his match with Goldberg, whenever that's going to happen. Because, you know, when they bring back Goldberg, it's going to be for a world championship, and everybody's going to be having their buttholes puckered up that he's not going to win that damn thing. I still got PTSD from when he beat the Fiend in Saudi Arabia.
Oh my God.
But yeah, sorry to bring that up again.
Don't bring that up. Why are we doing this?
I'm sorry, buddy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry they did you that way. But yeah, no, I'm going with Gunther to retain. Adam, what do you think? It's hard,
man. This is the toughest one for me in the card.
They do have the out, right? They don't have to beat Gunther to take the title off of him.
That's actually what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna say. Talk about talking points, sir. That's exactly what I was gonna say to you. If they do take this belt off of Gunther, he's not gonna be the one that gets pinned. And I think for me, the more likely scenario is that if they do decide they want to take it off of him, Finn Balor is going to pin. He's going to pin Damian Priest. That's what I could like the most logical scenario for me outside of a Gunther win, right? Because I'm with you. Like my brain says Gunther's probably going to retain, right? Because you figure not just Goldberg. And listen, I have nothing bad to say about Goldberg. Goldberg's done wonderful things for my family personally, but I understand the booking not been so great, right? But he's definitely going to defend. He's going to defend against Goldberg. John Cena also could potentially be in the mix as well. There's been rumblings about that going up for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Royal rumblings, even
Royal Rumble. I think. As much as I want to see Finn Balor win this, because that's really what I want to see. I really want to see that because I had a chance to talk to Finn Balor about that, about the opportunity to fight Seth Rollins last year's WrestleMania and how important it was for him. And you could tell there was a genuine sense of like, yeah, I really want this. Like, I really want to win this, and I feel like I deserve it. And I think he does too. But I just don't see it happening. I think you're 100% correct with what you said, and I think Gunther's going to retain, as much as it breaks my heart to say that.
Man, this is where if I didn't take such a beating in the last show prediction, I might step out on a ledge here and go a different way. But I can't in this situation. Like I think it's gonna be Gunther. I'm going.
Nobody on this panel has a set.
You know,
wait, we haven't gotten to the main event yet.
That's right. With everything at play in WWE right now, WrestleMania season coming up, big stars coming back, transfer portal, Netflix. I just think you want Gunther as like a champion during that. Like if you have to move a champion over to SmackDown, and that has a little bit of a like championship aura today, that is Gunther, not Finn Balor, even though Finn Balor is someone who I adore watching. It's just he doesn't have that cachet right now, and Gunther does. And so I think him with the title leaves you open to more opportunities at the moment. So I'm going with Gunther. I think, Triple H, we know he likes to have long title reigns, and yeah, I just think it makes sense here to do that. The triple threat, though, man, it just makes me like it's not an accident that they just all of a sudden made this a triple threat. Like
thank you, something is going to happen, right?
But I don't have the balls to play it. So
the only thing I could say here is the downside to Finn or Damian winning this by pinning one or the other means that their beef is going to continue past this weekend. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'd like, and I think it's going to anyway, but just like Rhea and Liv, it's gone on a little too long at this point. So I'd like to see that at least wrapped up by the Royal Rumble and have it be done and kind of open things up for a fresh slate as we head into WrestleMania season, which brings me to our main event.
Let's go.
Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship.
Love the way you said that.
Kevin Owens has to win. Kevin Owens has to win. Kevin Owens has to win.
Yes.
Like I had this. I really wanted to stretch that out and be brash and bravado and all this kind of stuff and really kind of set it up and hammer home. But like the only thing I can say, Kevin Owens has to win because I'm looking at WrestleMania season and I'm going, okay, we're legitimately staring down the possibility here of Reigns and Rhodes 3 with The Rock presumably out of the picture right now. Triple H it's almost been too predictable with Cody because everybody has, ever since the Rock showed up at the Raw after Mania and they did that whole handshake and he gave him something back and he whispered in his ear, "You broke my heart, don't do it again," all that kind of crap that they set up. It has been a foregone conclusion that Cody Rhodes is hanging onto that championship all the way until WrestleMania 41 and either defending it against The Rock or defending it against Roman Reigns again. And it's just like, it's kind of hindered his title run for a lot of people and a little bit for me too. And the fact that they are now giving Kevin Owens another opportunity to become world champion. Again, it feels like Royal Rumble season. It's like, okay, well, time to screw Kevin Owens out of another world championship opportunity again. Cause it's like rinse and repeat every single damn year. This time around, it's like, well, okay, Kevin Owens is due for another shot at a world title. And they just had him fight Cody again at Bash in Berlin when he should have won. He should have won. The only reason he lost is because Cody was his friend and he didn't want to go to the depths of what it took to beat Cody. He didn't want to go after the back and the injuries and everything. What do we see out of Kevin Owens this past Friday? Cody's a lame duck. He's got an ankle injury, finished off his match with one damn boot on. KO immediately comes in the ring and stomps on that MFer. All right. Kevin Owens is a threat. He took out Randy Orton with a pile driver and he loved Randy Orton. Like everything that they have set up with Kevin Owens screams to me that they got to belt this man. We're getting Cody coming back with the Winged Eagle title. Kevin Owens, presumably, right? We all, that spoiler alert for anybody who didn't see the YouTube video that they dropped, right? With the little trailer that they dropped with Triple H handing him the briefcase like he was in Pulp Fiction, and the gold light, the gold light popping out of the case, right? Like Kevin Owens leaving New York with the Winged Eagle title and just shocking the foundation of this build for WrestleMania 41 is exactly what WWE needs right now. Mm-hmm. Cody can still be WWE champion heading into WrestleMania. That's fine. He can win it back at the Rumble. He can win it back at Elimination Chamber. Whatever your plans for Cody at WrestleMania, you have plenty of time to get that back on track. But damn it, there needs to be a fork in the road, an earthquake, a tsunami, whatever you want to call it, something that knocks him off that path, and done in a way that is going to appease the audience. Not like they did with Becky Lynch ahead of WrestleMania 35 with the injury and you're suspended and the convoluted storytelling that they did in that direction. No, this would be something that would actually appease the fans. And this is something that I feel like is too good of an opportunity to pass up. So I am going to have some balls on this one, and I'm going to pick Kevin Owens to win the WWE Championship this weekend. Adam?
I am also picking Kevin Owens to win this championship.
Okay.
For all of the reasons that you mentioned and all of the things that you said, Kevin Owens kind of got the shaft when it came to the Universal title reign, right? Like, again, I'm not picking on Goldberg. I just didn't understand the booking decision to have Goldberg go over on Kevin Owens, especially when Owens was really just getting started with that Universal title, right? Kevin Owens
him and Jericho at Mania, right?
That's from what I understand. It was supposed to be him and Jericho until Goldberg came back, and then they did Lesnar because, as we know, Vince McMahon and the big sweaty men thing, and he loves the big guys, right? Yeah. But then he becomes the foil for early Tribal Chief Roman Reigns through the initial PC era, and then through some of the initial parts of the Thunderdome. He becomes the foil, and he gets his ass handed to him all the time, right? Kevin Owens has multiple title matches and continues to lose, right? He gets his ass handed to him by the Bloodline. His best friend betrays him, joining the Bloodline again. And then Cody betrays, like all of these different things that they've been building up to. Hell, the security footage that you got your hands on, Rick, all of those things. Like there is no way in my brain that anything else makes sense. And again, to your point, like picture the scene, right? Pastor Cody coming out in the big outfit with the winged eagle and, shaking babies and kissing hands and all the fun, presidential stuff he does. And he's got this big moment, celebrating himself and the history of WWE and Dusty Rhodes and all these different things. And Kevin Owens beats the crap out of him and just dominates him and just destroys him and leaves with the belt that he wanted to walk through. And
Clubber Lang his ass.
Clubber Lang his ass. We're talking Rocky 3. We are talking Rocky 3. Destroy this man. And I agree. I think it feels, as much as I love Cody and the championship run that he's had, I do feel like it's been a little bit stagnant. I feel like it's been too paint by numbers. I feel like it's been too predictable because now it's like, okay, like you said, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes 3, or, Rock coming back or whatever. Like, add some variety to this. Like, I want to see him in a fight. I want to see him try to come back and take this championship. And to your point, two earlier as well with this transfer portal, what if Drew McIntyre ends up challenging Kevin Owens for this title and we get an additional layer inside of this story, right? There's other people that are involved in this situation. There's other people that can be involved in these title runs and these title changes before we even get to WrestleMania. I think the same thing. It's the same point I had with Shinsuke Nakamura. It's now or never. If you don't do this now and you don't give this man this title, he's never going to be believable again. After everything that's happened to this entire buildup, Kevin Owens will never be believable again as a championship, contender. And I think that's the reason why.
Underrated aspect of this, by the way. If you take the WWE Championship off of Cody Rhodes, you have a storyline that you could tell at the Royal Rumble that you haven't had a chance to tell in a long time. You could have Cody go for 3 in a row, Zach. That's an underrated aspect of this that I think Cody would love the opportunity to. And if it's me, I'm having I'm having Randy Orton come back and eliminate him and set up a triple threat match at WrestleMania between Cody and Randy and KO. That's the match I'm booking. Forget the Roman versus Cody 3. You could do that any point down the line. It doesn't have to be that. There are other options, and that's the credit to Triple H and the booking that he's done right now. There are so many main event over acts right now. And I'll throw Damian Priest and Gunther, and with a little bit of tweaks, you could get Finn Balor there. Little bit of tweaks, you could get LA Knight there again. Like,
absolutely,
they have a lot of options. It doesn't have to be Cody Roman. They could go a completely different way and shock this card if they really, really, really wanted to.
I mean, you guys make very compelling arguments. Very much so. And it's not that I'd even
You're going safe, aren't you? You're going safe, aren't you? Because you lost.
It's not that I even disagree with it. I think like the Cody title reign is a little stagnant. I mean, it is all of the things. Kevin Owens, yeah, he does kind of need the win. But he's not going to get it, guys. We know how this goes. We know how this ends. I mean, Cody, I don't know. This just doesn't feel like a Kevin Owens. I mean, it's a Kevin Owens storyline, yes, but it's a Cody, here's a heel for you to wrestle, and go wrestle him, and we're going to put some story behind it. I just, I don't think Cody walks into a dome without that championship on January 6th on Netflix. Like, all the promotion, all the news that he's going to do, all the media that he's going to do around that, he's going to be the guy they lean on. And I just think that belt's going to be on his shoulders when all that.
But he was doing that shit before he won the title.
No, he was. He was
WWE's champion before he was the WWE champion. That's not an excuse to do piss poor looking.
Listen, to be clear, it's not losing that title is not going to knock him off that number one perch. It's not going to change that. Think about this. We haven't even talked about the potential of a Kevin Owens CM Punk main event. What about that? That could totally happen for that WWE championship.
You don't have to convince me that these are good ideas, but until I see this play out, like, to me, it's, Cody on NBC standing tall with the title as the show goes off the air. Like, I think is the.
But don't you want to get people talking? Don't you want to get people talking though? Don't you want to could you imagine holding that belt?
Let's establish Saturday night's main event as an event where anything can happen.
Yes,
and you
that
force
is
people
exactly right
into the next one ahead of the Royal Rumble, because God knows what the could happen at that event, because they took the damn title off Cody Rhodes at the last one.
You guys are going to be really sorry on Saturday.
No,
if I'm wrong,
if I don't get Cody Rhodes sitting in the middle of the ring with the butt face look and a rubber chicken next to him, I'm going to be extremely upset at this point. And I like Cody. Unlike Kevin Owens, I like Cody.
Yep.
But damn it, I think
shake it up, man.
They've done KO so dirty so many times over the years. He's long overdue for this.
One more time.
We're going to shake. They're going to shake it up this weekend.
I'd also just like to say that if he doesn't win it here, man, I want him to win it just because I want some kind of confirmation he's signed a new deal. Like, I'm tired of this. Yeah. Has he not? Has he? Has he won't? Yeah. And if he hasn't, give him one damn title win before he's out the door, please.
Yeah, why not? Again, you don't lose anything with this. You don't lose any steam in any story or any direction you go in. It's just a surprise. It's a shocking moment. Like, Cody loses. I'm all about it, man. I'm about it. Rocky 3.
Yes, exactly. I would much rather him have to try to win the title back or try to earn his opportunity back at Elimination Chamber or what have you. Like, I don't think John Cena is winning the Royal Rumble anymore because he's already been confirmed for the Elimination Chamber match itself. WWE just went ahead and advertised that. So Cena's not winning the Rumble. So, okay, who is going to win the Rumble? Roman Reigns?
I don't want to see that. I'm not interested.
Man, that's
Cody going for 3 in a row is big. Cody going for 3 in a row is big, and I already think CM Punk is not going to wrestle on that card, like in the Rumble match itself. I don't think they're going to try to risk that again. So Punk is not an option. Punk's not an option in my opinion. He doesn't need it anyway. He's got the favor in his back pocket, right? Like, He doesn't have to go through the Royal Rumble anymore. He's going to play that shit smart. So, I mean, Drew McIntyre is an option. Sami Zayn could be an excellent choice. That's the other thing. Forget KO and Cody and Randy. How about KO and Sammy for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41? Like, come on. My indie nerd brain explodes at that possibility.
I mean,
there's so many options on the table.
This is what you're doing right now. You're playing with fire.
If Gunther loses the title here, he could be a Rumble winner too for you potentially. Yeah. Like
I could see that. Yeah,
3 years in a row. Are we going to get Gunther and Cody?
That's right. Right.
Gunther actually eliminates Cody this time.
Yes, I don't think Cody goes 3 for 3. I think Cody loses if he goes into the Rumble.
Yeah,
that's another story for another day. Yeah, he should lose.
But he could make history and become the first person to win.
Yeah, you could just tell that story. Yeah.
There's so many options. Triple H, if you're listening, you're not. But if you're listening, I'm telling you,
he watches our
consider
program.
it.
He does.
Just consider it. I know somebody has your number. I'm going to send somebody who I know has your number a text, and hopefully they forward it on. Just consider it.
Somebody,
right?
Please. Yeah.
Shock the system. We'll see. I'm probably going to be disappointed. I'm setting myself up for disappointment so much.
I think I am too, but I'm excited.
We went over a half hour again. God dang it. Appreciate everybody.
4 matches. Doesn't matter.
No, it's always going to be this way. It's always going to be this way.
It totally is. We appreciate you guys for sticking with us here. Make sure to give this video a like. Make sure to subscribe to the Takedown on SI YouTube channel for more of our great content. You can watch my conversation with Trish Stratus that I did last weekend. Great stuff there. She's approaching her 25-year anniversary in professional wrestling. My
wow.
God. Wow, time flies. Take care, everybody. We'll talk again soon.